I'm Mia Charlebois.
I'm Ross Willis.
I'm Anthony Scazzari.
And I'm Chris again.
This is our target presentation on organic products. Today we're going to talk about some demographics that we've learned, and we're going to learn a little bit about Target's organic products and their consumer base.
Okay, so we got a lot of this information from the Market Research Handbook that was so lovingly supplied. And what it does basically is it breaks down the demographics of mass consumers based on gender, household income, age, and then there's region. But I'll talk about that in a minute. So first, just a quick breakdown of the various competitors compared to Target. We have our Kmart, our Walmart, and our Kohl's, and obviously their averages. And as you can see, a lot of these I noticed a glaring trend. It was pretty easy to point out the main demographics. So in this instance, you notice that women make up the majority of consumers for all of these retailers. Next. This is a little thrown together, I apologize, but it does still kind of prove the point where we notice that out of the majority of, or all of them, the majority are still a married demographic. It's the larger consumer base, whereas you have, single is probably second best here, and then we see that it's a little bit in the middle. Divorce is kind of higher up on the end, but then unmarried and widowed being usually the lower of the group, understandable. So once again, the trend seems to be that right now we found that for the most part it's females and that they're married. And then we broke it down by age, where we have kind of an interesting grouping situation. It's kind of all across the board. This was a little bit harder to distinguish. For the most part, you're 18 to 34, 35 to 54 kind of grouped together. So I would say more often than not, female, married, anywhere between 18 to 54 would be a good choice for marketing. There's some stuff going on in the end there, but a larger group is focused right in the middle here, I feel. And then this one is the one that I was interested in the most, is that when you look at what Target is shooting for and how they're, trying to not be Walmart, but they're not trying to be the most expensive retailer in the market, the figures come out where the median income age, so like 35 all the way up to just under 100,000, seems to be their target mostly. Whereas if you look at the figures for like Walmart, you see a lot more of the less than 15,000 up to the middle range. And then you go into like Kohl's, where it's actually the middle range more to the top end range. So, anybody making 100,000 or more. So that's kind of interesting. And then, yep.
Okay, so on Target's corporate website, they released a nice article in 2012 saying that they would like to increase their supply of organic products by 25% at the end of 2017. Their popular organic brand, specifically made for them, is Simply Balanced, which has more than 40% organic products, and some of them that I thought were interesting was some pizza sauce, cereal, and even sorbets.
And this ties into what Anthony was saying about the folks that are interested in organic foods. The middle income families, which makes up 67% of folks who said they would they're willing to spend more money on their organic foods. And this is also rising in a couple of surveys to prove this. In 2010 to 2014, there was a growth of 10.1%, and that's expected to continue all the way up until 2019. And to further prove this, there was a study done in 2013 that increased 13% from 2000 to 2014, and it showed that more folks were interested in buying organic foods. And this is a chart of gains in people wanting or purchasing more organic foods or beverages rather. Overall, there's an 8.8% increase in the total change, and some of the top beverages was water and ready-to-drink tea and coffee, which I thought was interesting.
The primary consumer for organic products is pretty similar to Target's. Their age ranges from 16 to 34 years old, mainly women, and their average income is about $50,000. A lot of the consumers of organic products are interested in saving and protecting the earth. Mintel did a survey of 2,000 random people over age of 16, and they found that over 52% of them have bought organic products in the last year. And then they surveyed over 1,000 people on who has bought organic products. 57% say that they bought as many organic products as they did the past year. 26% said they bought more than they did the previous year. And 17% said they bought less. So it's definitely an increasing product.
And in conclusion, Target wants to sell more organic products. Their biggest issue is price, and if Target wants to succeed in this, they'll need to either lower prices, they'll need to stand out from other businesses, or they need to, their customers need to be willing to pay more.
Awesome. Thank you.
This is our reference.
That actually looks a lot better than it did on the computer screen.
Awesome.